Welcome back to Man the Helm. If you guys don't know, my name is Jake. I'm a guitar player, but I also run a podcast called Man the Helm. It's music-based, but it's more about taking control of your life and driving it in the direction that you, yes, you, want it to go. But today we are going to talk about octaves. Octaves. If we think about it in a most general basic term, it's the same note that differs in the pitch of the note. So if we were to think about a note like, let's say, G, we know that on our low E string, a G can be found on our 3rd fret. And if you didn't know that, you know that now. But 3rd fret, low E string, we have a G right here. Now, if we want to find the octave of that G, if you know what your guitar is tuned to, you know that we have a higher open G right here in comparison to that low E G. But if we don't want to play that open string, there's an easy way we can go about and try to find these octaves. The easiest way that I've been able to teach most of my students is I say, okay, we have a G right here on that 3rd fret of our low E. We're going to go down 2 strings over 2 frets. Once again, if you're familiar with tuning your guitar, you know that's how you kind of get that G string tuned. But low E, G, and then a G on the D string. Just to reiterate, down 2 strings over 2 frets. Now let's say we want to go to the next higher octave from that D string, where that G is at on the 5th fret. Well, we're still going to skip the same amount of strings, so we're going to go down 2 strings, but this time to compensate for that B string, we're going to go up 3 frets. So from the D string, down 2 strings, over 3 frets. So right off the bat, I know I have students that have this problem with getting stuck in the proverbial box of the minor pentatonic or the major scale or whatever it is. You get stuck in a box. Well, utilizing these octaves, anything I do on this low E string and this A string, so for instance, if I were to play like this first 6 notes of the major scale, I know that octave is right here on the 5th fret of my D string. Those same shapes are still going to work right here because it's the same 6 notes and the intervals between the notes are still the same. So right off the bat, now let's say I wanted to play that next octave run of that G, which would be on the 8th fret of our B. It's the same pattern because the same notes are being played with the same intervals between them. So now, instead of being stuck in a box, I've literally covered from the 3rd fret to the 12th fret relatively easily. And those last 2 notes were just that F sharp back to our root of G major that we would play anyway if we were to play a G major scale. So you can start to see, you can really start to unlock some of these things whenever you start to jam or improvise. You know, if we were playing something in G major, you know what I mean, and we did. We covered a wide range of the neck right now, just playing the same 6 notes. It's a cool way to kind of think about the guitar and a cool way to break out of that box. So here's another example. Let's do like something like a minor pentatonic. A lot of guys and girls that play and they get out of that beginner stage and intermediate will get stuck right there. You know, if we were to play something in G minor, you know, that first lick might be something like, nothing wrong with that. But what starts to happen is, you know, you start to kind of lose, like, well, where can I go now? You just feel boxed in, for instance, getting stuck in that box. But what we can do is we can take our knowledge that we've learned of octaves now, and we can start to apply different things. So let's take that same idea that we kind of had, and let's play the first 3-4 notes of our minor pentatonic. Well, you know that your G, that octave, is right here. We can play that same shape. Same thing right here on that 8th fret, that G of the next octave. So now we've taken that same idea and taken it from that major standpoint and now shifted it over to that minor pentatonic standpoint. It's a really cool, easy trick to kind of get your hands under more of the neck and not being stuck in that box. Now these octaves apply for literally any note that you can play on your low E, your D, or the B. It's the same technique to get to that. If I wanted to play, let's say, an A, and I wanted to know where all my octaves were at, find that A on the 5th fret of your low E string, go down 2 strings over 2 frets to that D string, 7th fret right there is your octave of that A. If I wanted to find that next higher octave of that A, so D string, 7th fret, I'm going to go down 2 strings over 3 frets. Now that 10th fret on my B, I have that next octave of A. Let's say we wanted to do it in F. F sharp. B. You can start to see, once you understand how to get to those octaves, and then you can start to apply shapes that you already know, your minor pentatonic stuff, your major stuff, minor stuff, diminished stuff, whatever it is that you have kind of gotten stuck into that box. Play those first few notes of that scale or that shape or whatever it is, and then apply it up through the octaves. You'll get really cool runs. Guys like Guthrie Govan are really good at those huge 3-4 octave run things, you know what I mean? Utilizing those kind of like 3-note per string shapes. So, super cool, easy way to kind of navigate your fretboard without having to think about, well, where do I have to go now? I'm in box 1 minor pentatonic and now I need to get to box 2. And, you know, that's a useful tool too. But in order to improvise, you know, the first few times, maybe this is an easier way. So anyway, hope this helped. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Also, like, comment, do all that good stuff. If you want to check me out on any other social media platform, you can find me on Instagram. I post a lot over there as well. But for now, this will end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed.